What is going on, everyone? Riddict here, and welcome to Off the Shelf Airguns. Today we're going to be taking a look at a small compact gun safe by Vevor. I have this because I'm going to put some of my older firearms in that don't fit in my main gun safe, as it's kind of already been taken up by everything else. So these have been just sitting in a lock and key cabinet. So I have this, has a little bit better security, and it's all I really need for what I'm going to put in it. But I figured I'd come on here and show you guys what this is all about, because you can also use this for air guns, of course. Rifles with optics on it are going to be kind of tricky because it's not a very deep cabinet. But if you are an open sight shooter or anything like that, or what you have is fairly compact, I think you'll be all right with this. But just keep in mind that this isn't the only size that they have. They have this in various sizes. This is just like the smallest one, basically. Now just keep in mind, this is a very, very budget-friendly gun safe, which is another reason I kind of wanted to show it. A lot of people out there that watch me are very budget-minded and not going crazy as far as what they're spending on air guns and everything else like that. So let's go ahead and just take a look at this and see what we think. First of all, here is the safe, all right? And it does come with an accessories bag, which does come with your keys. They kind of remind me of a key fob key, kind of. And you get anchor mounts so that you can anchor this to your wall, which you will want to do that. You don't have to use these, but they do provide them, which is nice. And it comes with a battery pack, so that you can plug this into the keypad on the front in case you need to get into it that way. Because if the batteries die on the inside, well, you're going to kind of have to do this in order to get in there. As far as batteries, it takes AA batteries to power the keypad and the external battery pack, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and bring you in closer so we can see this. All right, here we are. We got the safe here, and I'm going to show you how this operates. For your key entry is right here. You slide that down. But we're going to be using the number pad, which I have a very simple basic code set up for the purpose of this video. And you're ready to go. Unlocks, and there it is on the inside. You have a nice carpeted inside, an LED light on your door here, so you can kind of have a little bit of light in there if you want. Your batteries go right here in the door. You got a shelf here. You got shelves down below, which I'll show you in a minute. You have a shelf up here for pistols, but I'm going to explain that in a minute. I'd more recommend this for ammo or pellets or something, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And then here's where you can store up to 4 rifles, depending on how big they are, which I'm also going to talk about here in a second. So, with that in mind, and it's not bad at all, you know, it's not super solid. This thing isn't like solid, you know, this thick steel or anything, but it's just a cabinet. It's a nice little cabinet, and it's going to get the job done for what I want to use it for. All right, and you can see you got these pin locks all the way down. Okay, whenever you slide the door shut, it's not just one little lock, so that's kind of nice. So let me go ahead and get a few things and show you what's going on. All right, so like I said, I'm going to be using this for some of my older firearms that don't fit in my main gun safe, because I want to get them out of the regular little key lock cabinet that they're in and put them in this, and they'll be a little bit better off for it. So, such as my Winchester 2520. That's right. You haven't heard 2520 in a while, have you? Those you out there into firearms, you definitely haven't heard 2520 in a while. I know that. Yeah, my good old 2520. Still works like a charm, too. I know, it's not super shiny or anything, but it is old, but it still works. And I like to keep it just the way it is. Does it fit in there? Of course it will. Fit in there just fine, like so. Next up, I'll be putting in there my Marlin 60 semi-auto 22 long rifle. Love this thing. Had this bad boy since I was a kid. Yeah, pride and joy. I love this. Absolutely love this gun. Does it fit in there? Of course it does. It fits in there just fine. The next one I will be putting in there is my Stevens Model 15A 22 long rifle. Just a single shot plinker. I love this little bad boy. The open sights leave a lot to be desired. They're a little rough, but still gets the job done. Does it fit? Of course it does. Fits no problem. Now, here's where we're going to run into a problem. My Savage Arms 16 gauge single shot shotgun. That's right, 16 gauge. You haven't heard that in a while either, have you? I love 16 gauge. And I'm happy to see that they've actually started bringing back some more 16 gauge stuff recently, because it hadn't been a thing for a while. 16 gauge is very hard to come by as far as shells. And I have all the reloading equipment for 16 gauge as well as other gauges, but 16 gauge, it's hard to get shells, you know what I mean? But now they're starting to come back out with 16 gauge stuff, so I'm starting to find 16 gauge shells a lot easier, which is very nice. But here's the problem. The Savage Arms 16 gauge is 44 inches. It's not going to just fit like so. It's not just going to go in there like that. You have to kind of tilt it over and then it'll go in there, okay? See how I had to do that? That is the thing. So if you have a rifle that's 44 inches, it will fit, but you're going to have to tilt it and kind of, you know, wonky it in there a little bit. So if you have a rifle that's 44 inches and you're going to be storing it in here, just know that that's the case, because if it's a gun that you want to be able to just jump in and get it, you know, just in case, God forbid, something were to happen, it's not going to be a quick pull. Whereas these 22 long rifles and the 25-20 that I have here fit right in there, no problem. This kind of needs to be cattywampused in there a little bit. I know, my old timer words, what can I say? Now, as far as the pistol shelf, you can fit compact pistols such as the P365. You can fit that in there, and that'll go in there. This thing moves around too. You can move it however you want, but if you were to fit that in there, it'll fit. Door will shut. However, you won't be able to use a normal standard size pistol, all right, such as this one right here, because it's going to fit in there with the butt sticking out and the door's not going to be able to shut, all right? So that is an issue. Now, if you put it in here like this, it's not going to work. I mean, trust me, I've already tried many different ways. It's not really going to hold this, all right? It's meant for compact, and that's it. And then on the door, you have holsters for pistols as well, which that'll go right into. And that's about it for pistols, okay? Compact size only, and it got to be compact size for the door as well, because the same thing will happen. The butt will be sticking out, and then the door won't shut, and that's how that goes. I just want to let you know this, because if you were to get this small safe, thinking that you could put normal size pistols in it, you can't. So just know that it's only going to be for compact size. Now, a couple other pistols I have of mine here are my H&R 32 revolvers. Cool little revolvers, 32 caliber. Use those short, stubby little 32s. But these will fit up in there. No problem. Door will shut and all that good stuff. No problem for those. They are compact, of course. Same with the holster on the door. It's going to fit in there just fine. Okay. Now, what I want to try next, and we're going to take this and move it out of the way for this. We're going to use this for ammo and pellet storage instead. All right. So let's try a few different things here. First, a box of my reloads. Okay. Do they fit in the shelf on the door? Not quite. Not quite. Is it just the box size? I don't know. Let's find out. We have a box of Federal. No, they don't fit on the door. However, that's where this shelf comes into play. Like I was saying, fits up there, no problem. Okay? You can fit your ammo up there, absolutely no problem. And now, what about my 25-20 cartridges? And these things are like gold to me. You cannot find 25-20 cartridges, man. I mean, every once in a while, Remington or Winchester will bring out a small little run of them, and then you blink, and then they're gone. And then that's it. So I have to baby these because it's all I got to reload. And yeah, do they fit? They do fit. They fit that way just fine. Do they fit long way? No, they do not. They do not fit long way. What about up and down? Yeah, they fit up and down. No problem. So nothing major there. What about 22 long rifle? Let's find out. Do they fit long way? No, they don't, but they do fit this way. And they do fit up and down, just like that. So no problem getting those in there. No problem at all for those. Okay. So as you can see, that's kind of what I would use it for. Shelf up here for ammo, shelves on the door for ammo. Unless you have compact pistols, and then you could totally do that with those. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to go ahead and now we're going to get a really close-up look at this, up close and personal, so you can really see. So you can see the bottom half of the door and everything else and all that good stuff. All right, we're up close on the safe now. As you can see, I switched everything out with Airgun stuff. So we have pellets up on the shelf here, pellets in the door. We got Airguns in the cabinet, the Crosman 3622, the Gammo Arrow, and the Crosman 362 Anniversary. All right, and they fit in there just fine. Keep in mind, there's no optics on these. So if you had optics on these, it would be a little bit tricky getting them in there, okay? You could fit rifles with optics, but you may only fit two because you're going to have to turn them a little bit so that they fit, all right? So just keep that in mind, folks. And if you really need something to hold your rifles with optics, you might want to go with the larger size of this. There's multiple sizes. There's like 3 other larger sizes than this. This is like the smallest one, guys. As you can see, the holster for the compact pistols. And as you can see, that's a compact pistol. If it was any bigger, it'd be sticking out, like I said. Another holster there. And then down below, you got 2 more shelves on the door. Now, keep in mind, if you've had this open for a while and you go to shut it, you're going to have to input the code again because it will lock up. Okay, so wake up your keypad. Now you can do that, lock, and you're done. And of course, your battery pack, if you have to get into it from the front or on the outside, you just plug that in, just like that. Follow your instruction manual, and you will be able to get in, no problem, with your battery pack. So there it is, the Vevor compact gun safe. I just figured I'd come on here and show this to you guys since I was getting ready to set it up where I want it to go and all that good stuff. So yeah, there it is. If you're interested in this, I'll leave a link down in the description below. And of course, from there you can find other sizes of this as well in case you're looking for something bigger. And these are very, very budget minded. Okay, so if you're not trying to go crazy buying a super high-end gun safe or anything like that, well, this is an option for you. All right, so with that said, I'll catch you all down the road.